I'd like to tell you a story about a young businessman in the home service business. He was really struggling, living off of credit cards. In fact, and unless something changed pretty quick, he was just a few weeks away from having to close his business. In a social setting, he had the opportunity to find himself alone with a multimillionaire. And so he began to tell him his story as to how passionately he wanted to run a successful business. But the business that he was in was so hard and that he was really struggling. In fact, he was living on credit cards and told him that unless something changed, in a few weeks he was going to have to close the business. Did this multimillionaire have a secret, a tip that he could pass him, that he could change things around? The multimillionaire turned around and asked him a question. Young man, is there anybody in your industry that's making any real money? The young man replied right away. He said, yeah, there's a couple of guys in our metro area that are big players. They're probably doing $1 million in business each. After a few minutes silence, the multimillionaire turned around and looked at the young man in the eye and said, young man, the problem is not with the industry, because you see, there's already people making a lot of money in that industry. And it's not with the business, because the business is a reflection of you. The problem, young man, is you. See, you're either unwilling or unable to make the changes necessary to get your business successful and keep it there. I'm Mike the coach. You see, it really doesn't make any difference where you've been in the past. You could have started and failed at multiple businesses. And it really doesn't make any difference where you're at right now. You could be in debt up to your eyeballs. Doesn't make any difference. The only thing that makes any difference is, are you willing to make the changes necessary to get your business successful and keep it there? Because the truth of the matter is that in 3 to 12 months, you could be running the very business that you've always been wanting to run, as long as you're willing to make the right moves at the right time. You're probably wondering what happened to the small businessman. He took the advice of the multimillionaire, and he went and found and brought some people into his life who had already been down the roads that he was going. They knew the ropes. And he made the changes that was necessary. As in fact, in just a few short years, he was making millions of dollars in business. Today, he's a multimillionaire. Are you tired of always being broke, busted, and disgusted? Are you tired of giving the very, very best to your business only to get back disappointing results? Maybe it's time for a change. If you're the type of handyman, or if you want to be the type of handyman that makes things happen for themselves, for your business, for your future, then I'm sure we're going to be spending some time together real soon.